this is Gimpy Fish. This is episode 1 of Brawl Talk. This is technically my second video, I guess, but the first one I didn't really talk about Brawl or anything like that, so I'm calling this one episode 1, and I've actually named it Brawl Talk. It just kind of sounded right. Today I'm going to be talking, I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to be talking about a few things. First off, a lot of people have been asking about a tier list, so I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to be stomping some alternate costume rumors because some people think that Fox has an alternate costume that's Wolf and a few other ones like that. So I'll be talking about that. I'm also going to be talking about Ike. People just have this misconception that Ike can do things much faster than he can, I guess. So I'm going to talk about Ike and, I don't know, ways that maybe we could be able to use him. I hope, because Ike is really cool. I'm going to be talking about the new air dodge and how I like the new air dodging physics. We might not have wave dashing, but I really like the new air dodge system. And if I've got some time after that, I'll try and answer some of your guys' questions. So, for those of you who are asking for a tier list, why? What are you asking for a tier list for? We got to play the game for 4 days, a demo of the game, not the actual game. No human being could possibly make a tier list in such a short amount of time with that amount of gameplay. It's just, it's dumb. So I'm not gonna give you a tier list. That's dumb. Alternate costume rumors. Big one is Fox having a wolf costume. In one of the low resolution screenshots online, I can bring that up for you real quick. One of the low resolution screenshots online really makes Fox look like Wolf. It looks almost exactly like him. Most of Fox's costumes, he just changes his jacket and his shoes or whatever, and like he does in Melee. But in Brawl, one of the costumes, his skin actually, well, I guess his fur, actually goes darker, so it looks a lot like Wolf. It's not Wolf. Anyone who knows that it's not Wolf, it's just Fox. The parts of him don't change, it's just his color changes. Diddy does not have a Dixie costume. Diddy has a pink costume. That does not make it a Dixie costume. Ike does not have a Marth costume. Ike has a sword and has a blue costume, which I guess to some people just makes him Marth. He doesn't have a Marth costume. It's just blue Ike costume. Peach has her Daisy costume still, so not that anybody would care at all, but Daisy's not going to be in Brawl. I'm so sorry for maybe the one fan that's watching of Daisy. Link having the Dark Link costume. He does have the Dark Link costume, and yes, it is really, really cool. It's still just color changes and things like that, though. None of his physical features actually change. So, having an alternate costume like Mario having a Dr. Mario one, he doesn't. But I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen. It just seems too different. I think it's just going to stick mostly to color changes, based on the demo at least. But I could be very wrong about that. I don't know for sure. Next thing I was going to talk about was going to be Ike. Ike is very, very, very slow. Very, very, very slow. I main Bowser and I tried to play Ike a couple of times, and Ike was unbearably slow to me. I could not handle it, and I play Bowser. He's horribly slow in Melee. Ike is not the new Ganon or new Bowser. He is much slower than both of them. He's also much stronger than both of them, but it really doesn't seem like the speed trade-off is really going to be good for Ike. Because he's so slow. I would have expected that Nintendo would have kind of learned from Bowser that strong plus slow doesn't really work unless you give him some fast moves. Ike really doesn't have those quick moves to get in some really short combo strings or anything like that, or something that he can use to get him into one of his kill moves, which is almost all of his moves are kill moves. He just doesn't really have that. It doesn't seem like he would have the potential to be that great. I mean, I really like Ike. I'm not like anti-Ike and just saying that. Ike is just bad at this point, and he needs to be fixed. one thing we might have been overlooking, I mean it's possible, is the usage of the super armor, which I think was a little bit buggy in the demo actually, because you didn't take any damage, and on the actual update it says something like you do take damage, but you don't flinch at all, so you don't go anywhere. So you should still take damage, but in the demo you didn't. I hope that they fix that, because that seems kind of weird. Hopefully he has more super armor than we thought, so that you can actually use him as kind of like countering the other people's moves. I mean, you can still get grabbed during super armor, but like if you're getting hit and you're doing your move while you have your super armor, your move just goes right through it and kind of plows through. So that would be pretty cool if they could still make him good through that. If some of his super armor was a little bit buggy or something like that, that would be a really, really cool way to make Ike usable, and it certainly would. So cross your fingers on that one. That'll just kind of, we'll see when the game comes out. There's no wave dashing in Brawl. So when you jump and you air dodge, you are no longer given any momentum if you push a direction and do your air dodge. So like grapple recovery with Samus and Link, you can't air dodge up and then grapple to get a little bit more range. When you air dodge, you actually don't get or lose any momentum. Your momentum just doesn't change. Basically, it just gives you invincibility frames for a short period of time. After you've got your invincibility frames from the air dodge, you're not helpless like you were in Melee. So you can actually air dodge and then jump, or air dodge and then do an attack, or whatever. Like with Meta Knight and Pit, or other characters that have multiple jumps that might be in, like Kirby, you can just jump and air dodge, jump, air dodge, jump, air dodge. You can't keep invincibility frames forever, but it's pretty cool to be able to do that. I think that's a great addition. With the overall speed of Brawl being so different, I really don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I mean, it's a new game. Like, it's something totally new. So not having the wave dash in didn't seem like as big of a deal. I mean, we weren't exactly being technical experts at the game after 4 days, so there's probably something else that we can do. Like if that new Waveland is still in when the game comes out, I don't know if it will be, but maybe. Then that'll still be good, but it doesn't really seem that big of a deal. Overall, the new air dodging thing is really exciting because of all the different ways you could use it strategically. I was trying to think of some while we were there, but I mean, it was just difficult to apply it after only such a short time of playing the game. So the new air dodge system is going to be big. The ability to air dodge and then do attacks or things like that is just going to be big. Another thing that helps with, some people, I mean, I do it a lot also on accident. When you air dodge off the stage in Melee, you just kind of are dead. There's nothing you can do about it. In Brawl, if you air dodge off the stage, you're fine. I mean, it kind of sets you up for an edge guard, but you're fine generally. So that's pretty cool. That helps out the noobs out there. That helps out, and I mean, even the competitive players, we make mistakes. So that's pretty cool that you can still recover from that, which is nice. And it's going to help with recoveries and things like that as well. So I'm excited to see what happens with that. Alright, I said I was going to be keeping this short, and that's all the time I've got for this episode. So let me know what you guys thought. Leave me comments and suggestions and things like that, just like you would normally. I'm going to be trying to put out a bunch of these that have a bunch of Brawl information. I'm going to try and get you guys questions answered as well, because I didn't have time to get any done this episode. So yeah, just leave me comments and suggestions, and that's all I've got for now. So I will see you guys later.